Hello guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to review the AKS-74u, which is a carbon available for the engineer class, and it is the stock gun carbon for the Russians. So you will have it at all times, just like you have the M16 or the M4A1 for the US. So what we're going to get into today is some of the recall and what you are going to use it for, like what's the best situation you can get into. So first of all, the bullet drop-ups and max damage. The max damage is 25 and that goes up to 8 meters, and then it starts dropping off to 14.3 at 50 meters, which is normal for more or less every carbon. And so there's only a few carbons that doesn't follow that rule, which is the ACWR. And what else do we have? We have the Sky H, of course, and that's the two that doesn't follow that rule. And the they have 21 bullets in the magazine, which is also standard for the carbons. The short reload is 1.9 and the long reload is 3.0. And the short reload is if you have one bullet left in the chamber, then you reload shorter than if you have shot all of your bullets out, because then you don't have to chamber a bullet. The accuracy on it, no, the recoil is 0.2 left, 0.3 right, and 0.28 up, which means that it's having a up and to the right pull, which is really easy to control when you're like shooting, because you have to compensate more for one side than the other, which makes it easier to control. But it's still it's pretty high recoil, I will say, but it's not the highest. For example, the A91 is having 0.5 and 0.5 to both sides, so that's really high. And the first shot multiplier is 1.5, so that means that how much it goes up. The first bullet recoil is 1.5, the recoil that I just mentioned. So where do you want to find yourself in what situation? Mostly close quarters, because it's having a pretty good short reload as well as a pretty good long reload, but the short reload is really good. It's really fast, so you're really able to get like in close and you can like take people down and then quickly turn a corner and reload. And also the hip spread is really good. It's not as good as some of the others, but it's still manageable. And if you have a laser sight on, as I think I have in this video, maybe not. No, I don't. But if you have, it's going to be really good, because and also the recoil is kind of hard to manage at longer range, because the two side recoils is so equal to each other. But still, it's okay to manage at longer ranges, but it's kind of hard to hit if you're not good at aiming. But if you are decent at aiming, then you should be able to get off with it. The attachments that I would put on carbons, I would always put on foregrip and heavy barrel if you have them, and then your preferred sight. And I'll say for this weapon, nothing more than a reflex, maybe a holographic sight, if you like that more. Well, not more, because it just ain't used to that range, which those are meant for. So I would say that those three kind of attachments are the best to put on, because the heavy barrel increases the bullet speed and the damage output over range significantly, I would say. Enough that is worth it, but it also increases recoil, especially vertical, so that you use the foregrip to compensate a little bit for that. I remember back in the days before they patched it out, when you had a foregrip on, you could like really compensate for the vertical recoil a lot. And I really like that, because I think that's mostly what you're using it for, instead of like the side-to-side recoil. But that's something so it doesn't get too overpowered, I guess. But yeah, seeing that, I think that's the best attachments you can put on it. Like, at least at the moment. I don't know if they come with any more patches for stuff like that. Another thing why it's good at close range is because like, as all carbons have a not as good long range kill potential as the assault rifles, then I'll always use them in close quarters instead of long range or medium to long range. Maybe close to medium range I could use it, but not medium to long, because that's just, they don't damage enough. It's like 10 bullets, no, not 10. Yeah, about 10 bullets if you're unlucky. But if you hit them in the head, it's less, of course, because you have a head multiplier at 2.0, I think it is. Don't take me on the word. And also because, like, at any time I would prefer a assault rifle over a carbon at longer ranges overall, just because they're better at aiming. They normally have a better aiming down side spread of the carbons and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, guys. I think I would just say, if you want any weapon I should review for the next time, this is probably going to be up every Wednesday, then please leave it in the comments below. I will do any weapon. Please not a troll weapon like the whatever. Just give me a weapon, I'll do it. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.